Hello bookworms, I'm Becca. In today's video, I'm going to be doing the finally fall book tag. Fall is my favorite season. I've been on a bit of a hiatus during this fall season because life has been crazy. This year has been crazy, honestly. But I'm excited to start making booktube videos again. So I thought that doing the finally fall book tag would be the perfect way to celebrate this cozy season and get back into making videos. This tag, I believe, has 10 questions. The original video has been privated, so I found the questions over on a blog. A lot of people are doing this tag, so I'll make sure to leave the questions in the description below in case you want to do it as well. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Question number 1 is, in the fall, the air is crisp and clear, and name a book with a vivid setting. And I decided to go with camp. Even though this book is set during a summer camp, I feel like this is such a vivid setting. Elsie Rosson did an amazing job at capturing the environment and the essence of being at a summer camp, and it just gave me so much nostalgia of when I went to camp. I went to fine arts camp, so I didn't go to like an activities or a typical type of summer camp, but it still brought back a lot of memories of hanging out with my cabin mates and doing my daily activities and just the other things that were offered at the camp. So I loved this book so ding much. It is one of my absolute favorites, and I had to go with this one. Question number 2 is, nature is beautiful but also dying. So for this, you're going to choose a book that is beautifully written but also deals with a heavy topic like a grief or loss. I feel like there's only one book I could use to answer this question, and it of course is my all-time favorite book, How to Make Friends with the Dark by Kathleen Glasgow. In this book, we follow a 16-year-old girl named Tiger. It's just her and her mom. So when her mom dies suddenly, Tiger, first of all, has to cope with the loss of her person and the grief of losing a parent and losing the life that she once had, because since she's a minor, she's also thrown into the foster care system, and not just one foster home. She is bounced around from home to home. I feel like this is a beautiful letter to the foster care system because this is not a voice that we often hear, but it's an important voice, and it's a voice that's out there and that is really happening. So Tiger meets a lot of interesting people that help her along her healing journey, and she learns how to make friends with the dark and how to coexist in a world where her other half is no longer with her. This book wrecked me and put me back together again. I love it so much. I can't really even put into words how much I love this book, but Kathleen Glasgow holds a very special place in my heart, and I feel like her books are so incredibly personal. There's no words. If you have not read Kathleen Glasgow, How to Make Friends with the Dark, or Girl in Pieces, you need to get on that. That is my number 1 recommendation, is Kathleen Glasgow. Go read her books, please. Question number 3 is, fall is back to school season. So for this, you're going to choose a nonfiction book that taught you something new. I went with one that I haven't read yet, but I still wanted to shout out because I feel like it's an insanely important book and I can't wait to get to it. So I decided to go with All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson. This is a young adult memoir of George's experiences growing up in America being Black and queer. And it really talks about the way that we are shaped by our experiences. It talks about intersectionality and all of his identities. So I am really looking forward to reading this book. I've heard nothing but amazing things. I think it's going to be a really important book, and it is definitely high up on my list of books to pick up this year. Question number 4 is, in order to keep warm, it's important to spend time with people and friends that we love. So for this, you're going to choose a fictional family, household, or friend group that you would like to be a part of. I decided to go with the friend group in Foolish Hearts by Emma Mills. I did a full review on this book where I absolutely gushed over it. I love this friend group so much because it not only explores established friendships, but it explores beginning friendships and building a friendship from the ground up. And I feel like the friends in this group are so accepting of each other, even if they might have interests that the other characters aren't into, they still try to support one another, and I love that so much. I think that that is incredibly important, and I can't say enough good things about this book. So I will leave my review linked so that you can go watch me absolutely lose my mind over this amazing book. Question number 5 is, fall leaves are covering the ground, so show us a stack of your fall colored spines. I grabbed a small stack of books right here. The first one is Manana Land, and I think that it has just about any fall color that you could possibly want. It has greens, yellows, oranges, and it's so pretty. The next one is A Heart in the Body of a World, and it's just a nice tan brown color, which I think is a good color for fall. Next I have Felix Ever After, which is a really pretty burnt orange color. And the last book is Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. And I picked this one because I feel like the spine is a good overall fall color palette. So these are my stacks of fall colored spines. Say that 5 times fast. Question number 6 is, fall is the perfect time for some storytelling by the fire. Choose a book that is telling a story. For this, I went with my current read, which is Plain Bad Heroines by Emily M. Danforth. This is an adult literary fiction. It's very meta. It's like a story within a story within a story. I'm not that far into it, so I'm still kind of getting a grasp for what it's about, but I know that part of it is about a cursed boarding school. And some chapters are written like classic books. It reminds me very much of Jane Austen, but I feel like Emily M. Danforth is doing it in a really tongue-in-cheek way. There's some very sarcastic and witty footnotes in this book, so even though Plain Bad Heroines isn't something that I typically pick up, I'm still enjoying it a lot so far because of the writing style. So I can't wait to finish reading this massive book and share more of my thoughts and opinions with you. Question number 7 is, the nights are getting darker, so share with us a dark, creepy read. Of course, I had to go with The Haunted by Danielle Vega. I could have went with any of Danielle Vega's books. She's my favorite author, you guys already know that, but I decided to go with The Haunted because I feel like this is a classic haunted house story, which is perfect for spooky season. And it's a short read. It's not too crazy. I feel like the Merciless series can get a little bit too gory at times, but this is more of like a classic creepy book, and I feel like you guys would really enjoy it, so definitely pick this one up. Question number 8 is, the days are getting colder, so for this you're going to choose a short, heartwarming read that can warm anyone's cold, rainy day. I decided to go with I Love You So Mochi by Sarah Kuhn. I love this book so much. I feel like it is so short and sweet. It's about a girl named Kimmy who wants nothing more than to be a fashion designer, but her parents don't share her passion for fashion. See what I did there? So they end up sending her to stay with her grandparents in Kyoto, Japan for spring break, where Kimmy learns a lot more about her family and her heritage and Japanese fashion, of course. I love this book. The romance in it is so adorable. Kimmy's grandparents are lovely characters. And even though it might seem like a nice, fluffy contemporary, I feel like there is some substance to the story below the surface. This is definitely a don't judge a book by its cover kind of book, because I do feel like there is more going on to the story than you would think by looking at this cover and listening to the synopsis that I gave. So I definitely would recommend picking this book up for yourself and checking out the story and the characters because it's so cute. I loved it. Question number 9 is, fall returns every year, so choose an old favorite that you would like to revisit sometime soon. For this, I had to go with Looking for Alaska by John Green. I feel like in the fall season, I'm always drawn to reread Looking for Alaska. I don't know what it is. I hate this cover. I really do need to find a different cover of this book because this one is not good. But I love John Green so much still, like even as a 28-year-old. It just brings back a lot of nostalgia to my high school days when I was reading them for the first time. And I feel like even though I've said in the past that Paper Towns is my favorite John Green book, Looking for Alaska is the one that I end up revisiting the most. And finally, question number 10 is, fall is the perfect time for cozy reading nights, so share your favorite cozy reading accessories. I don't really have anything to show you, but whenever I have a cozy reading night, I love putting on my coziest pajamas, getting a nice warm cup of lemon tea. That's my favorite. Maybe making some popcorn. I know that's kind of a weird combination, but I think that Popcorn is the perfect reading snack. I always have my little bag of pens and sticky notes so that I can annotate as I read, maybe put on some music. I also like putting on The Fireplace on Netflix because I don't have a fireplace, but that's what I do when I have my cozy reading nights. So there you guys go. That is It's Finally Fall book tag. I hope you enjoyed listening to my answers. I would love to hear what your answers are down below in the comments. Before we go, I just want to plug some other stuff that I've been doing real quick. Obviously, I've been on a little bit of a hiatus from making booktube videos, but I've still been making content. I've actually been streaming video games over on Twitch a lot lately, and that has been a ton of fun. Typically, I stream on the weekends, but I've been trying to stream more during the week as well. I have a really great time. I play a lot of Animal Crossing, Sims, Super Mario Sunshine, and on Halloween, I'm going to be doing a complete playthrough of a spooky game with my dad, so that should be great. I will leave my Twitch linked down below in the description. It's just twitch.tv/Becca with a book, just like it is here. So I hope that you go check that out. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below to see more bookish videos. That's all I got for you guys today, and I will see you next time. And maybe over on Twitch. Bye!